Choice Hotels get you more of what you value. Here's a little tune to help you remember. Same drive, different day. Don't you wish you were getting away? Pack your bags and come on through. Texas, Ohio, Alaska, we're up there too. Comfort Inn, it's calling your name. Save on the stay. Oh, and free waffles are yours to claim. Well, I hope you like my little song. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
This guy who clearly was askew, his name is Nasir Best, 21 years old from Maryland. And he was already on the radar of law enforcement because he had already made threats to the president, to others, shown up with a gun before, made very threatening comments, showed up at one of the gates of the White House, not the same gate, but a different one not that long ago. There were run-ins with the Secret Service. One was in June, one was in July of last year. So it wasn't that long ago. And in one case, he actually was involuntarily hospitalized. You can only hold them for 72 hours, but then he got right back out. I mean, how can this happen? There's somebody who shows up at the White House with a weapon and he gets right back out. And then he shows up again this weekend and the Secret Service say he tried to fire on them. So they fired back and killed him. I mean, you can't take any chances on something like that. But when you look at the guy's background, this guy was a blaring symbol of mental distress. And you have to wonder how much rhetoric fuels the flames with crazies like this.
Service at least twice last year and had a history of mental health issues. Court records state Best was charged in July with trying to enter a restricted area near the White House. Authorities say Best told them he was Jesus Christ and that he wanted to get arrested. Best was also reportedly detained by Secret Service the previous month for flagging down agents and making threats. The president saying in part on Truth Social, "Thank you to our great Secret Service and law enforcement for the swift and professional action taken this evening against a gunman near the White House who had a violent history and possible obsession with our country's most cherished structure." The president was at the White House when the shooting happened, but he was not affected as the suspect never got into the perimeter. In fact, the president stayed at the White House throughout the evening as he tries to secure a deal with Iran. The incident happened around 6 p.m. local time. Many reporters heard the shots, sending them hitting the ground for cover. They ran to the briefing room as the White House was placed on lockdown for nearly an hour. A Secret Service spokesperson says the suspect came to the checkpoint near 17th Street and Pennsylvania Avenue. And per their preliminary investigation, they say as the man walked up, he took a gun from his bag and began firing at officers. Agents shot back and hit the gunman, who later died at a local hospital. The Secret Service says a bystander was shot during the incident as well, but it's unclear whether they were initially hit by the suspect or during the crossfire. Charlie, Rachel, and Griff.
Thanks, Manny. Thanks, Manny.
Mm-hmm. And that's a report there from Fox News about the case. How troubling is this? Now, a fourth recent attempt. That doesn't even include Butler. That doesn't include Ryan Ruth, remember, who showed up outside the golf course there in Florida. And it made me hearken back to the moment after the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Remember, in the White House briefing room, Peter Doocy, the White House correspondent for Fox News, asked President Trump this question. He essentially said, why are they targeting you? Why do you believe that you seem to be the victim, the target of all of these different attacks? And listen to this, what President Trump said.
Thank you very much. Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this where they got them. But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country, and there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
Because he is an impactful president and such a threat to the Democratic Party, because he galvanizes such big crowds and he is consequential. There's no doubt about it.